What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the channel. I'm Al the Anomaly, and today will be my first ever anime recommendation video. But don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So, the anime today I'll be recommending to you guys is an anime I've been trying to recommend to people on some of my social media. If you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, now would be the time to look into it. It's a show known as the Idaten Deities No Only Peace. It's a pretty decent show when it comes to action and everything that comes with it. Basically, it's a story that takes place 800 years ago. There was a race of demons that were just running amongst the planets, ruining things for the humans. And out of the humans' suffering and sorrow, they gave prayers and gave existence to the Idaten. They're deities, so they are gods, literally. They are literally gods. So the praying for them to come was an act of godliness. But the Idaten ended up taking care of the demons by sacrificing themselves. I believe it was three. They sacrificed themselves to create the seal to hold back the demons. And in doing so, they leave behind one remaining Idaten to raise the next future generation of the Idaten. Her name is Ren. She's basically the main character who we follow through the story. And for 800 years, it's peace. As the title suggests, that's all the new generation of Idaten know is just peace. The way that they explain in the show Idaten are created is, it's straightforward, but basically Idaten will be born out of people's prayers. So when people pray and then believe in something, give worship, these Idaten will manifest. But also with the assistance of other Idaten, they can, be brought into existence further. So basically it's like they take these other Idaten under their wings. And in Ren's case, the main character, she has two. There's a character known as Prantea who looks like Sideshow Bob from, or I'll say his feet are like Sideshow Bob's from The Simpsons. And you have Hayate. Basically, Prantea is the first one that she's birthed out, and the other one was Hayate, who's the younger one. They're pretty cool characters. I like the show. I like personalities of the characters that they introduce. The other two deities, or Idaten, are Eastleigh and a character named is Paula. And those are two Idaten that Prantea pulled out or brought into existence. So they all have their different personalities and their different, I won't say godly abilities, but like they're different things that make them who they are. Personally, one of my favorite characters in the show is the character Eastleigh. He's smart. He's a bookworm type character, and he's a crazy scientist. And when I mean crazy scientist, not everyone understands what it means to be a crazy scientist. It's basically you do anything in the name of science. And the opposing faction, basically the demons, we have this group in this country known as Zabul, and we have this evil genius doctor who wants to bring back the demon race. So he basically manufactures demons and does what he does with them, but they're not as strong as they used to be back in like 800 years. But these ones are tweaked and a lot more different. They're more human than what they were demon. So when we have these two opposing factions, I won't go too deep in the story because it's something people want to unfold for themselves, but it's actually pretty good and I highly recommend it. It is pretty adult, so if you have kids, I would not recommend you watch it while they're there. Definitely watch it with other adults if you want, but definitely not with kids. That'd be pretty bad. The show it's graphic enough to where you just be like, oh yeah, I should not have my kid watching this. But it's like 7 episodes out so far, and I see it going as far as maybe like 12, hopefully 24. If not 24, we'll probably be getting a second season of it. But it's really good, and also it's animated by Studio Mappa. I can't believe I left that out. It's animated by Studio Mappa, and it's a collaboration with JC staff. It looks beautiful. It's a really beautiful anime. The action, the art style, and the music. The music, for one. The opening is probably one of the best openings of the year. I kid you not. Definitely watch it for the opening, if not the show. But the opening is really, really good. It's both trippy, and it sounds fucking amazing. Oh, if there was a show right now, I would say that I'm like highly into, excluding My Hero and stuff of the mainstream. I would say Idaten is definitely a show I think people should watch, only because people really, really like watching fights in anime. Fights, people like the power scale and the battle communities. I know about that. People would love this show. They're godly as gods come. Let's say that. They basically heal, so they can't be killed as far as I'm concerned, other than what happened to the 3 in the beginning of the series. But and that was more like a self-sacrifice type of thing, and that was like they chose to do it. But they can be stabbed, they can be shot, and they can be like beat up. Ren basically beats on Hayate, and he usually gets fucked up a lot. I'm not sure if it's Hayate or Hayatel, but I'm pretty sure it's Hayate. If it's not Hayatel, but he's the fighter of the group, if I should say. Pronte is more of the head scientist on the deity aspect. That's why Easley is like right under him because he trained Easley. Paula, she's the girl next to Ren being the first girl. Paula's the other girl, and she's just basically big titties. But she's a playful and bright character. I like her. All the deities, all the Idaten are really likable. Um, the demons, however, they are too, but it depends on who you like and how much screen time they get. There are some that don't really get too much screen time that I would have liked to see more, but the ones that they show and that get most of the limelight are pretty cool. When it comes to them being gods and having their abilities and how their abilities work, they can basically fly, turn invisible, change their body mass, move at high speeds. It's pretty ridiculous, but in all senses of the word, gods, they're gods. They're not exactly just in like bringing people back from the dead. They haven't done that because that would disrupt the natural order. One, I would say, one law that they don't try to break too much is interfering with what happens with the humans. Now, the humans fighting and killing each other, that's what humans do. That's on the humans. The Idaten don't interfere with that. But later on the show, things start to develop whereas they want to, have their motives, so to speak. Let's say that. That goes for both the demons and the Idaten with their motives with humanity and what they want to do. But as far as I've seen, it's like that gray area. The Idaten are neither good nor bad. They're just the gray area. But of course they don't. Of course they don't want humans just killing each other off or the demons to kill the humans. So they step in and do what they need to do when they need to do it. But as far as I've been following the show, it gets better and better. It keeps getting better and better. I definitely want to see how it turns out. I want to see what happens with these characters and how they resolve what's going on. As I said, I don't want to spoil it too much for some people, but it's definitely a show worth watching. I don't recommend too many shows because I know some things make it into the mainstream anyway. Then everyone watches it. Then it gets overhyped for some people. Then no one wants to watch it because it's being overhyped. I've seen it happen with Sword Art Online. I've seen it happen with Attack on Titan. But this is one of those shows is I don't think many people will watch, so it'd be one of those diamond in the roughs. It's really good, but because there's so much other things to watch right now, it would be overlooked. But I definitely recommend this show, especially if you like martial arts and action. Like shonen anime or anime as a whole sometimes gets classified as just like action and fights and all that stuff. Of course, it's not what all anime is, but in some cases, a lot of people just like to associate those things, fighting, big fights, big battles, energy, power scaling, all that, with just anime. It's not just that. Fighting is a big part of it, but it's not just that when it comes to the substance of the anime. It's really enjoyable. Great opening, great cast of characters, all shapes and sizes. There's something or someone in here you will like. The greatest part about it is just how these deities have a mindset that's not really looked at too much in anime. It's we see how some godly like characters be in anime, but we see them not too often. Now to follow a show about the gods will just make some things different. I could be leaving or excluding some shows out of the line. I didn't see every anime, but I've seen a lot. But this is probably to me one of the few where it's interesting to see the mindset or how their view of how they do things in the world of humans is. Idaten Deities is definitely something I recommend, and you should pick up just to watch. Even if you watch it all the way through and don't like it, at least give it a watch because I definitely recommend. You'll probably rewatch it and oh, it wasn't that bad. Maybe you'll like it off the rip. No one knows. It's up to you. But it's something I definitely recommend. And please let me know if you guys like it and watch it. I would love to talk more about it. One thing that might drive people crazy is sometimes when they explain things, some of the characters speak really fast. So I know unless you're watching it in English, you'll probably miss some things that they're saying. But when they do start going fast, them subtitles go fast. As long as if you like action, you like some deep storytelling, you like that gray moral line sometimes that needs to be crossed, or you just like that whole concept with some things I say, this is definitely one of those shows. Especially if you like people with god complexes and all that. You like demons, you like gods, this is your show. You like fighting, this is your show. You like a little etchy, this is your show. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth the watch and worth the investment if you care. I know for a fact that I'll be watching it until it's finished. I'm already in 7 episodes in, so like, what more can I do? But I definitely say this is one of those anime I would recommend, and I highly recommend. Just check it out. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be looking for some darker stuff and some. I won't say it's as dark as it will look, but it's pretty dark when it comes to some of its tones and messages. I really think it's something that people are going to overlook, but it's worth the watch. But yes, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and please like, comment, subscribe to this video. I'll try to be more consistent with uploading. I'm sorry, sometimes I'll just be working a lot and I just be beat and drained for making these videos, but I'm trying to be on them at least 2-3 times a week. At least 2-3 times a week. Not just 1 time a week bullshit. I know no one likes that. But please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video. Let me know what you think. And with that, that's all I have for today, and I will see you guys on the next video.